All right, welcome everybody. This is Geeking since the 90s. We haven't done a video together in probably what, it's been like 5 years, 6 years, something like that. It's been a minute,
Yes,
man.
brother.
It's been a minute. And it used to be called the multiverse. What was it? Multiverse.
Multiverse theory.
Multiverse theory. That's how long ago it's been,
Yeah.
man. And that's how bad my memory has gotten because I've gotten so old. But man, we're gonna do a review of the Lantern Show, HBO Max Lantern Show. And we got a lot to say about this. So before we get started, let me go ahead and introduce us. First and foremost, starting off with the man with the plan, Carmine. How you feeling, bro?
What's going on, everybody? Name's Carmine. But for everybody out there, just making it easy for y'all. Like you see on the screen, you just call me CJ.
Hey, that works for me. That's a lot easier for me. And you guys probably know me by the name on the screen. Hear these thoughts. You might have heard of me. And yes, I'm at work, so that's why you see the smart board in the back. I was in the progress of taking that down. But either way, we here to talk about lanterns, man. We got a first episode of the show. I'm gonna start off by saying this first and foremost before we get into the review. I've never been like a fan of Green Lantern, so I don't want
Okay.
to pretend like I was. I'm never into like space police pulling over people's rocket ships and stuff and giving them tickets. Like the idea of a space police just never really appealed to me. And the only the only familiarity I have with the Green Lanterns is from Justice League Unlimited or from
Yeah.
Injustice. I know who Sinestro is. I know about the Red Lanterns and things like that. But I never got into like Hal Jordan or John Stewart. It wasn't for any reason. It was just that, space cowboys, space police officers just never appealed to me.
Yeah.
But I'm going into the show as a newbie, or a noob. And first and foremost, just off of seeing this first episode, they already got me in, man. They already got me in. If this is how the rest of the show is going to be, like I told you before, when we was watching a Marvel movie, people like Iron Man, Thor, I never cared about those people
Hmm.
ever a day in my life. But the movies made me a fan of those people. And if you can make me a fan of something that I never cared about a day in my life, you already got me. And I think Lanterns right now is starting off with a really good step with their first episode. Like, what do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have any doubts. I didn't have any doubts about this show
Yeah,
simply because of the three letters HBO.
facts. Yeah, that's
Simply, as soon as I heard that this was going to be a HBO series, I was like, "Oh, that's it. It's over. Locked in." Because HBO, they rarely miss.
they don't miss.
Tell me
You right.
when HBO misses, and it shows you the confidence that they have in this series. They put the show on the House of Dragons Game of Thrones time slot at 9 p.m. Sunday night. They're like, "Yo, this we have confidence in this show. This show is going to be a banger." And honestly, I'm not like huge on the Green Lantern lore like a lot of people. Like my introduction, honestly, to Green Lantern was John Stewart, was the Justice League animated series. That's my introduction. That he's my Green Lantern. Like,
Right.
I watch a whole bunch of the animated movies, the TV shows and stuff like that. I got to learn a little bit more about Hal Jordan and stuff. But John Stewart was my Green Lantern. I know about stories like Blackest Night and the
Mm-hmm.
Parallax storyline, which we will get into later. Um, but though that's my introduction. So, I know a lot of people out there had their reservations once they heard True Detective, blah 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 blah. HBO, it's more serious. You know how fans are. They want the gigantic pew pew sparkling lights and bright green and all that stuff. Yeah, we got that in 2011, guys, and
We
it
don't want
bombed.
that again. We don't want that
so
again.
just so they decided to go a different approach, and I
Yeah.
love this approach. This is a great approach because this approach is straight character based. It gets you locked into the characters. So
Mm-hmm.
because I don't, why would I want to watch a Green Lantern show if I don't give a fuck about the two Green Lanterns?
Exactly.
So, and that's what got me locked in. And by the way,
Mm-hmm.
my guy coach Kyle Chandler, phenomenal as Hal Jordan.
Yes.
This was his episode. He
Yes.
stole it. Like he stole the whole episode. Like I almost feel like, damn, if this dude was at least 20 years younger, man. Oh
Yeah.
man. But
I
yeah.
agree. I agree. Yeah, we got introduced to that. Yeah, that horrible Green Lantern. That added on top of it, where I was like, all right, why should I even care about the Green Lantern, man? Like, it just all these preservations before of me not wanting to care about Green Lantern and overall. I never bought a Green Lantern comic book. I never read one. I never looked for one. And that movie came out. But again, like you said, this I feel like with superhero shows to a degree, HBO Max, for one, you said they don't miss, because they definitely don't. House of Dragons, this, so many other things. But I think with superhero TV shows, more of a grounded approach, I think, is more digestible for a lot of people. And like you said, starring the characters as opposed to just going into the intergalactical things, because that's just too much for some people to handle. They can't really, like,
Yeah.
people who are not familiar with the source material, even like myself. I can take stuff that has to do with space, but if I don't care about the characters, why would I care about anything else that happens when
Yeah.
they go to
Yeah,
space?
it's true. It's true.
And
It's true.
and I like the fact that they're going in on it.
Yeah, no,
Go ahead.
no. And also I would add, I feel like this more grounded approach works more for DC. I
I agree.
just think it works more for DC. Now I'm not saying like, because I love Superman. I love the movie Superman. And me and you both, I'm not a Superman fan, you're not a Superman fan, but I like what James Gunn did, because he
Hmm.
stayed true to the character, and that's the character of Superman. And he what I love about what they're doing right now, they said straight up, this universe already exists. These characters already exist in this world, and they're just throwing us into the world. They're throwing us
Right.
into the world. We don't need no origin stories. We don't need all that. Like how Jordan gave his origin story in a bar, and it was perfect.
Hmm. Hmm.
It was perfect, and that's all we needed. Like
Oh yeah,
done are the days of these origin stories. Like we don't need these anymore.
we
Like
don't.
you can come up with such creative ways. Like we literally heard his origin story in a bar.
Hmm.
Like that was awesome. First of all, that scene was amazing.
It
But
was.
that was completely awesome. So I like the way they're going. I like the direction, but talking about this show, man, oh
Hmm.
man. So let me. What did you think about the beginning? Because the beginning, what John Stewart and his dad, I'm like, yo,
That was
dude,
crazy.
people out there, please, parents, don't try that at home,
Do
please,
not,
because
do
that was
not, bro.
wild, bro. That was
Yo, I'm watching it. My mouth dropped. I'm like, what? He's like, stand in the corner, put the apple on your head. For people who haven't seen it, John Stewart's dad had him stand outside, put an apple on his head
Mhm.
so he can shoot the apple with a pistol. And his son had to stand perfectly still. Now his son has zero fear at the moment, so he didn't, hesitate or anything to cause himself to obviously get shot. He's older
Yeah,
in the shows, but just that alone, I get the point. But man, that is some crazy stuff to do to your kids, bro. Like, with a
yeah,
loaded
bro,
gun.
that is wild. And you know the tropes, like the brother is just trying to get him to turn off the TV, like turn it off before dad gets home. And
Yeah.
I know everybody was thinking when he said go outside, he about to get hit with a switch.
That's what I thought.
I know everybody was thinking it. I was thinking it too. I thought he was gonna get whooped.
I thought he was getting
and
whooping, bro.
then and then I think he said before, when he said go outside, I think he did say get an
Hmm.
apple, something like that.
And I was like,
And
he
then
gonna
when
beat
he
him with an
went
apple?
outside
I ain't never
to
seen this before.
play, yeah.
That's new to me.
And then you can see on the I think it was a shed or a barn, you can see the bullet. You can see the
Yes.
bullet holes. Like, bro, how many years you been doing this, bro?
Yeah.
Like, and, and hey, John. Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. The way John be looking at his brothers is y'all some cowards, bro.
Yeah. He
Like
getting
y'all
shot
some
at
cowards.
as a
John
kid.
was not worried about it. He was like, yo, just stand by the door, bro.
Hmm.
I'm trying to watch TV, okay? Just stand by
Yep.
the door, dog. But yeah, that scene was crazy. That was crazy. But it lets you know, like, so how John was raised. He's military father,
Hmm.
strict. But also it seems like his father is training him to be a Green Lantern,
That's the thing too.
because he basically said the same thing that Hal Jordan said on TV: "Show no fear." In
Hmm.
the beginning, and then he had the gun pointed, like, "Are you afraid?" He said, "No, sir." And then shot the gun, and then after that, it's so weird. But after that, he smiled, and you saw after that, you saw a loving father. He smiled and was like, he gave him a hug. He's like, "Let's go get a burger."
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Which is still
wow.
crazy, bro.
I would look at him like, I don't want no burger, dog.
Yeah.
What
I ain't
you
hungry no more,
mean?
bro. You just tried to shoot me in the
Yo,
head.
you
Like, I ain't hungry
a
no more, bro.
bullet, a bullet almost took me out, and you talking about a burger?
Yeah.
Yo, that
And the
smash
neighbors ain't do
burger better
nothing.
be the best ever,
It
bro.
gotta be, bro. It gotta be. It gotta be. But you know what? I really love that, because it set the tone for later on in the show. Remember when the
Mhm.
lady asked him like at the bar, she was like, um, why does he like a Hal Jordan? He was like, no, I respect him because he has no fear. But that goes back to
Exactly.
his reverence for his father, which is why he
Exactly.
respects Hal Jordan. And I'm like, that was dope.
Exactly.
They didn't make it
Exactly.
obvious. They just said if you saw the
No.
beginning, you
Yeah,
know
if
what
you're
this
paying
is.
attention to the show, you know where everything connects. You know
Yeah.
how everything's connected. You know how we're setting up everything. And that was great. That was awesome.
Yep.
And I just love like and then we get to we cut to 2016 and we're meeting
Hmm.
John for the first time and then Al pulls up. Al pulls up, was looked at him, was like, I'm late. And John looked at him like, oh man, I'm with this guy
Yep.
again. Because you could tell, like, and obviously they were talking in a car, and when we were speaking in the car, John was like, we've been doing this for 2 months, and I still have wore the ring. But I love what Hal said to him. He said, "Don't get hung up on the jewelry, Junior. You're ready when the ring says you're ready." And
Right.
naturally, that's usually how it is. Like
Yep.
the ring has to choose you. I know I think some Green Lantern fans gonna be have a problem with the fact that the Guardians chose John and it wasn't like the ring chose him. But I don't know. I think I like that. I mean, for this show and for this universe, because let's be honest, guys, they can write this universe however they want to write it. You don't
Basically.
necessarily have to strictly stick to every single detail of someone's origin. You can
Yeah.
change some things for this universe, for this show that need to be changed that fit better. And I like the fact that a guy that's been training is basically his whole life to be a Green Lantern. The Guardians saw that and they
Hmm.
chose him. They were
Hmm.
watching him and they chose him. And I appreciate that. But I appreciate what he said because it's true. Like yes, the Guardians chose him, but at the same time, the ring can, for lack of a better word, unchoose you.
Right.
So and it also tells me something later on we'll talk about.
Oh yeah.
But I like that whole scene. I love that whole scene when he put the ring on the dashboard and
Hmm.
he's like, "Yo, there's a taco stand 3 miles ahead. I'll see you
Yep.
there. See you."
And he
So
dies
that
out.
was a dope scene also opening there.
I thought it was dope too. I really did like it because it's like it just showed how unexpected Hal Jordan is and how much he just like, yo, I've been in this thing for so long, bro. I don't have a care in the world. I'm not worried about rules.
Mhm.
I got experience, and that's the like what I like about the dynamic of the relationship is Hal Jordan going by not Hal Jordan, but John Stewart going by the rules, beat by beat. But Hal Jordan is like, I got experience. Throw that book in the garbage. Throw what you learned in the garbage. I don't care. I got experience. I can tell you what to do and when to do. And these hunches I have come from experience. You can't learn that
Mhm.
from whatever trains you to get. And that's kind of how life is.
Mhm.
Like people go to college, but if they don't have the experience, there's some things that they'll lack. And there's some things that people have experience that they forget about that's also in the rule book as well. So I like that that's their whole dynamic as well. And talking about the not having, having Hal Jordan not have any fear and that's the only thing that John Stewart can respect him for because he's doing everything
Yeah.
that's against his training, but that's the
Yeah.
only thing that's holding him there. And I like that so much because he's like, now, from what I've learned from my father, as we said before, I gotta respect him because look how my dad turned
Absolutely.
out. So he has that one thing
Absolutely.
that most people don't have. So I
Absolutely.
love it, man. I love it.
Yeah. It's also, yeah, he has no fear, but it's also how Jordan's been Green Lantern for how long now? Since 1986.
Yep.
And they're in 2016.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have to respect him. He's been a Green Lantern for that long, and then obviously he's doing something right. But
Absolutely.
also, at the same time, I like that. I love that whole scene. But we also got to talk about. I love that little scene that he had with a quote unquote younger Hal Jordan, but it was a basically a diary
Yeah.
of his consciousness in
Mm-hmm.
the ring talking
Mm-hmm.
to John. I love that whole thing because it showed you how Hal was younger,
Yep.
but also shows you something happened to Hal Jordan in the past 10, 15 years that had him real jaded when it comes to the Lanterns and the Guardians. You can
Yeah.
tell
Mm-hmm.
something happened between them. But I love that whole scene the in the taco stand when he's taking pictures for people, taking pictures for the lady and their daughter, and she asked him for the uniform. But I love his example. What he said, like he told the guy, like when you're young and you're trying to impress, You're gonna come, best dressed with things on. But when you get older, you get more experience, you just realize
Yeah.
it's just annoying.
Yeah,
And
right.
it,
It's like
it just gives us a reason why we don't see him in a uniform. He don't want to wear a uniform,
hmm
and end of story. So it lets everyone know, everyone that's being annoying about his suit, and hey, why does he have this? He don't want to, and he's not
yeah.
gonna wear it. So get over it.
Yeah, that reminded me of like people when I used to work at Walmart. Like people, you could tell who just started because they're all nice and
Mhm.
pristine. The clothes are ironed. They packing in the bags perfectly, so everything could be good for you. Then for the people who's been there long enough that don't care, they mixing the meats together. They throwing the eggs under the milk, getting them
Yeah,
crushed, and you see the eggs dripping out the bag. Like you can
yeah,
after your experience, after some time, you like, bro, who am I trying to impress at this point in time? I've been here long enough. They're not gonna fire me.
absolutely.
I know what I'm doing. So,
Absolutely.
and that's what I'm
Yeah,
getting from Hal
I've been in
Jordan.
those places. Yeah, I've been in those
Yeah,
places where people has been here for like 20 years, and they're like the most miserable people. They don't give a damn
no,
anymore. They don't
yeah,
give a damn anymore.
yeah.
Um yeah,
Yeah, like I'm doing my job. Get out of my
but
face. Let me do it. Like that's it.
they don't care. But at the same time, there's a method.
There's
There's a method to the madness. So
absolutely, absolutely. And then we move on to where they go to the bar, or no, you know what? I think they went to the football field first, right? Before they
yeah,
went
they
to the
went to
bar,
football field first.
and then they went to
Yeah,
the bar after.
yeah. So the message was hail in Nebraska. The message
Yes.
was hail in Nebraska. And once John told him, "Hey, your message, from the consciousness told me hail in Nebraska," dude was just like, "Yo, pay the tab," and just flew off, which
Mm-hmm.
was dope. I liked it. It looked
Okay.
because I liked the way that because I remember when that first trailer came out. Everybody was going all crazy because you didn't see any green,
Of
any
course,
constructs or anything like that. But that him flying away looks so real,
it
and I
did.
love that. It
Yeah.
looked like a what a normal person would look if they just took the hell off. Like
Exactly.
they got a message, they got an emergency, they took the hell off, and it wasn't until he got into the sky where you saw a little something like he was flying hella fast. But I thought that scene was hella dope, and then we see like John is like, damn. Now John got to spend 6 hours, go to the airport,
Mm-hmm.
rent a car. So first of all, Hal Jordan, you owe this man some money. I ain't gotta hold you, bro. 'Cause you owe this man
He do.
some money
He do.
making this dude fly off.
Yep.
Get an airplane, get a rental car, get there, and then when we
That's
get
crazy.
there, we got this a dickhead cop,
Mm-hmm.
stopping him like, "Oh, where you going?" He's like, "I'm with Hal Jordan. I'm a Green Lantern." It's like, "You're just a sidekick, yo, bro."
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
John was gonna smack this guy, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He's like,
Smack
tell your boss.
fire on him. Yeah, smack fire on him,
That's
bro.
what I thought too. That's what I thought too.
Yeah,
But obviously, the whole world, when it comes to like at least law enforcement, they have an issue with lanterns, at least because of Hal Jordan. So they all have this disgust with them. Because if you notice, every time they interact with any type of law enforcement, they're just like, "What are you doing here? Your passage, you're a distant. Just go out in space and deal with your space things." Like they try to belittle them in every opportunity that they get.
Mhm.
And obviously, Hal Jordan did something to these people that we don't know everything about, but it's enough to make almost they went to a whole different state, and he still they still don't like him. So he's
but
obviously doing
but this is
something.
why. This is what I love about this. This is why you can that whole issue with cops and lanterns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's also, later on when Hal talks about the government and stuff, this also shows you a connection to Superman.
Mm.
What was one of the biggest issues in Superman
Oh, the
is
government and superheroes.
the alien
Yeah.
just going to any, even though he's saving people and stuff, but he's going to any
Oh,
country, any state,
the
any
jurisdictions.
jurisdiction, doing
Yeah.
whatever he wants without the government knowing, without, you know what I mean. So that is a connection there, like, and that was, and the Superman movie takes place in 2025.
Okay.
So we're talking about 2016.
Right.
This is before Superman was let the world know and everything like that he's there and everything that. So how Jordan was dealing with this before Superman. So, which was great, and I love that. I love that little tie-in. If you don't really catch it, you're not gonna catch it if you don't think about it. But I love
Right.
that little tie-in of this is how long superheroes within, because Dave James Gunn said, "Yo, superheroes are in the world. They living in the world, and they
Hmm.
lived in the world long before Superman was even arrived."
Right.
So that's one of the great things that I love about that whole scene. But that whole scene on the football field, I thought that was a great scene.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Because like Hal Jordan just like he said something about the guy in the polo with the short sleeves. He had a hunch about
Yeah.
it. He just knew. And I love it's those when it's those characters that is not going by by the book, but they have a hunch that
Yes.
overrides an entire book, and they're
Mhm.
typically right about it because they seem like a jerk the entire time. People didn't want to believe him. Even the cop, the lead cop later on, she didn't want to believe him, and it ended up being true. Now not Jason Jordan, but John Stewart made the rookie
Man, he
mistake
looked
of
like Jason
going out
Jordan. I
there.
ain't gonna hold you.
He do like Jason Jordan, right? He do. And that's
He
hey,
do.
for
He
those who
do.
listening, that's the WWE stuff coming out. But he do like Jason Jordan. You're right. He makes a rookie mistake to get on the field and makes it obvious to the guy with the short sleeve that he's looking for him, and the guy just books it. He just takes
Yeah,
off, and they
takes
finally
off.
catch up to him. And again, this is another thing that justifies how Jordan's like his hunch about things because again, he's had the experience. He's seen these aliens. He knows what they do, how they hide, and everything like that. Even though no one wanted to believe him.
Yep, absolutely. And you know what? The cop, the lady cop, she's extremely smart and she's extremely good at her job.
Yes.
I really believed the whole time she believed Hal Jordan,
Yeah.
but she didn't want to
She didn't
believe.
want to. Yep. Yeah.
I think she wanted to be in denial the whole time because she even said it in that scene. I know most of these people. I know their families. Like she don't want to believe that there's something else going on, and that
Yeah.
some of the people that she might know and really are really personal with has something to do with this, or they're
Hmm.
aliens, or there's something she can't explain. Because she even said, "Yo, stay the f away
Hmm.
from the news reporters, please." Like because she doesn't want it to turn into a whole big thing. And then John, and I love how it shows John. He's a rookie right now, and he's made rookie mistakes, like
Hmm.
going on the field. Because even how knew, hey, you want to play it by the book, well, go right ahead. He knew
Yep.
he was gonna f up, and he
Yep.
did. He went on the football field. The lady knew what Hal knew, and she was just trying to keep the guy there. But John effed up when came on the football field.
Hmm.
But I did like that whole chase scene, and when that two piece, well, that one piece that he caught him with when
Oh
he came
yeah.
around the corner,
Yep.
because you heard it too. You heard it on his fist connect, boy. That was a hard hit, dog.
Yeah.
Um,
That was loud.
and yeah, I was out. And then it cut to that leads to the bar scene where we finally see him, not for the first time the ring's been used, but we actually see a construct.
Hmm.
When he made the $20 bill, with his ring, and he put it in the jukebox, and you see him like pressing the buttons like so many times. We're like, yo, bro, how many
Yeah.
songs are you?
That's what
I
I
mean,
was thinking.
I know you put a 20 in there, but how many songs do you need?
Yeah, that's what
So
I was
as
thinking
we
too.
see, he's playing the one song over and over again because he knew them rednecks over there was gonna get annoyed by
Oh
that
yeah.
same black ass song playing over and over again.
Hmm.
And as he's telling John Stewart the story of the origins, basically, like we talked about earlier, how he got the ring, how he met Al-Mansur, and the way he told the story, like I can't do it justice. I'm not gonna even try. The way
Yes,
he told the story was so engaging.
it
Like
was.
you were locked in, the way the music, the score was playing in the background. You just locked in. It was so engaging. Um, and then while he's telling the story, it cut to the guys telling him, "Yo, if that song plays one more time, I'm gonna put your head through the
It,
jukebox," which is funny. And then John was looking at him like, "You trying to get jailed, aren't you?"
yep.
To interrogate the suspect. If everyone's watching this, you watch the series, the lady cop, she is not letting him go interrogate him because she's like, this ain't your jurisdiction.
Hmm.
This is terrestrial, has nothing to do with extraterrestrial. So get the out.
Yep.
so that's his plan to try to get into the jail. And John's telling him, "Yo, this is a bad idea, bro. This is a stupid idea." He's like, "Yep, I know, but let me take 2 shots He
Yep.
was like, yo, he was like, yo, I know it's gonna look like I'm getting my ass whooped, but do not interfere. And when he told John don't interfere, John was so happy to say, oh, no, no, I'm good. Don't
He's like,
worry about it.
one
You
thing I
got
don't
it.
have to be a part of. I'm happy. You ain't got to tell
You
me
got
twice.
it, bro. To see you get smacked around, I'm good with it.
He's
Yeah,
like, you
I'm
know how many
good with
times I've been
it.
wanting to do this to you all day? I get to see somebody else do it, man.
Absolutely, bro. And then Hal goes to do it, and it cuts to John having this conversation with this lady.
Hmm.
He's flirting with her. They're back and forth, calling him the backup quarterback. I love how that was a little. It was a great Friday Night Lights reference
Hmm.
for my guy Coach. Um, but and then they cut to. I felt like so in the moment. I felt like this was weird.
Okay. I think you're thinking what I was thinking.
I think this is weird that they just start fucking him and the lady. I thought it was
Yeah.
weird. I did think that scene was kind of dope when he used the ring to light her cigarette. I thought that was
Yeah.
dope. But I thought that was weird
I thought so too.
until they gave us and people. This is why when you watch certain things, certain shows, especially an HBO show, you just gotta wait.
Yeah.
They're gonna explain it. They're gonna give that scene meaning.
Hmm.
You just gotta wait. You just gotta wait for it because it didn't take us long to realize why that happened.
You know what? Like that thing really quick. First and foremost, to see a human being threaten a Green Lantern like that in the bar, I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Because they were like, I don't care who
Yeah,
you
yeah,
are, and we're gonna put
yeah,
you in the jukebox. But then what
yeah.
I saw with what John Stewart did when he was banging a girl in the car, I'm like, my God, I got questions. You are 100% vegan. You worried about what type of food you put in your body, but you hit a random raw in the car, bro? What? Like, bro, how does that even make sense?
Man, you better constructed
A
a
condom.
magnum.
Yeah, that's
You
what I
better
was thinking. I was
constructed
like,
a magnum, boy.
that's what I was thinking. I'm like, bro, because what you can get from her, that's gonna be what you can get from meat, salmonella, whatever, is gonna be the least of your concerns. If you got something crazy, bro. That's what I was thinking. I'm
Yo,
like, man,
that's
and I
so true.
and in that second, I thought like, okay, I was like, I wonder if she's like an alien and she's trying to set him up. Because
That's
I'm
what I
like,
thought at first.
that's what I was thinking too. I was like,
I thought she was an
what's
alien.
that's what I thought too. I'm like, she's a little too easy. She kind of was like kind of forcing him to do it. And then when she walked away, she was like, let me just take you to my truck. And I thought either she was gonna set him up or she's doing
Yeah,
that to get his emotions to kind of set him up later because he's a rookie. So I thought we were gonna go down that road or something like that.
yeah. I'm like, bro, John, you got some extraterrestrial cooch, dog.
I'm like,
Come
bro.
on, bro.
I'm
What
like,
we
bro.
doing?
We ain't got no
In my head,
pharmacy
I'm
for
like,
that.
I'm like, damn, another rookie mistake. What's going on? Come on, bro.
Exactly.
Come
Exactly.
on.
That was
But
crazy.
yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. But finally we see that uh, you know he goes to the police station in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, he tells the cop, hey, I told him it was a bad idea. I told him it was a horrible idea because
Hmm.
she still didn't let him talk to the guy or get into the vicinity of the guy. And they let him know. So we see how we see them in court. Basically, he's getting arraigned. They'll try to get released. The judge is going all around. The judge asks him, "What? So what's your jurisdiction? What is your agency?" He's like, "I'm Green Lantern."
I don't have an
She's like,
agency.
"But who are you affiliated with?" He's like, "Green Lanterns."
Yeah.
Like, yo.
He's like,
So then we see this nice suited up lawyer come in.
yep.
Basically post his bail. It was $100,000. John Hal Jordan said one too many come ons, and then the
Yo.
judge added on another 100,000.
Yeah, she turned
Just
full
'cause-
Judge Judy on him on that
Yo, bro,
moment.
she did not like him, bro. She just didn't like him. He just did not like him, bro.
At
Straight up.
all.
And then we see John ask the sheriff, who is that? And she said, that's my husband. I'm like, yo,
That's there.
trouble in the fam.
Yep.
Okay. Wow. But we soon find out that the lawyer, the person that posted the bill, was his dad. pretty
Mm-hmm.
much. We can see that they're wealthy, they're well off. So cut to the next scene. We see them going into the ranch, which was heavily guarded and armed.
Yep. Yep.
And off the bat, you could already see, yeah, this is real suspicious.
Very, very
Like,
suspicious.
this is real suspicious, and we're not. After this scene, we're gonna be here later episodes, and you can tell.
Yeah, yeah. Especially when the cop goes up to him, he's like, she tells Hal Jordan, she's like, he's not a guy that you want to owe money.
Yeah,
And he's like, are you saying
absolutely.
that you weren't, or are you saying that by experience? And
Hmm.
she basically let him know she obviously owe him something to
Yeah,
some
pretty
degree
much.
because she has tension with her husband, but it's like, what is she gonna do if the father you owe
Mhm.
money to him? You can't go nowhere. So
Absolutely, absolutely. And then we see the basically the next time he used a construct to make a a beer opener, which is
I
pretty cool.
thought that was
Was
cool
pretty
too.
funny scene. Yeah, it's pretty funny scene. And then we see my guy John watches son, throwing the football around. He
Yeah.
goes there to help. He goes there to help out the son. Let him know, hey, give him some pointers. The son's excited. He throws the ball into the tire hole,
Hmm.
and then he says he sees his grandma. Says, "Hey, grandma."
And guess who
And
grandma
John
is?
Stewart turns around and guess who good old grandma is?
Oh man.
She is a Macon, which is the last name of the father,
Yep.
who is her husband.
Crazy. I would have never guessed her as a grandma when you saw her in the bar. I'm like, I wasn't thinking
Yes, yeah, me
grandma,
neither. Yeah,
but
me
John
neither.
Stewart
Like,
hitting cougars now. That's crazy.
he's extraterrestrial cougars is wild.
That's crazy, bro.
That's insane. That is insane, bro.
And
It
the
better have been that good. It didn't even look that good, but hey,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
It is what it is. And we do cut to the scene in the house where Hal's talking to the father Macon.
Yep.
He's basically asking him like, hey, you bailed me out, like what is the reason? And at first Hal thinks it's has to do with them and the government. He needs a Green Lantern for them. And government's like, no, I don't need you for that. You're a Green Lantern.
Yeah.
It's for aliens. Like I need you for aliens.
Hmm.
But Hal also asked him who he working for because he did let him know that in on the ranch that they're in, he doesn't actually own that ranch.
Hmm.
He's just a caretaker. So it's like, oh, okay, so who the hell owns it then?
Hmm.
So that's another mystery to be solved.
Yep. Because he has an NDA,
But
right?
yeah. He let him know he has an NDA, so there's certain things that he can't say.
Hmm.
Even if he could, he wouldn't anyway, regardless. But so it cut. They also he also made a joke about how John Stewart he doesn't eat meat. He's a vegan,
Hmm.
so he's gonna make him tofu ribs or whatever. Like
Yep.
uh, I don't get it, but anyway, tofu ribs. But
Man.
it cuts to his dark. They're leaving. They're having a conversation, and then Macon asks John how was his tofu? How was the tofu? He's like really really good, and then
Yeah.
Macon
This
was
part
like
was crazy.
it's nothing like eating off another man's grill, isn't it? Ain't it, soldier?
That
And
was
then John was
crazy.
like, it was delicious. I was like, what?
Yeah. I'm like, bro, you are crazy, bro. What is
And then Hal is telling him like, what's going on here? And John was like, I think I might have slept with his wife. And I was like, you think? And then John was like, no, I slept with his wife. He's like, what? We only been here 24 hours.
I'm impressed.
I'm impressed. Yo, Hal
He slept
Jordan.
with the man's wife,
Yo,
bro.
yeah, bro. That was crazy. But I
How do you
think
know?
but me personally, I think that's a setup.
I think so too. I
I think
think
they set him
everything that's
up.
been happening since the bar is
Yep.
gonna either play something at the end of the season or somewhere along the season. I think that all didn't I feel like this is one of them shows that don't just do stuff for just to do it. Like I feel like that because they put so much of an emphasis on her and on that scene in the car and on that being connected to him and
She's
not
not a
knowing who he
throwaway.
owns. It's you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's something going on here.
it's
I
a reason. She's not a throwaway. There's no way, like, just randomly you
no.
just hook up with a chick in a bar, and she's the she has happens to be the wife of the man that bailed you out and needs you for a specific reason.
Nah, it
Come
can't
on,
just be
bro.
that, bro.
There's no way.
He was
So
super
yeah,
hospitable to them too, so he was trying to earn their trust to a degree.
hmm
And even though John Stewart said I don't trust anybody, but
yeah,
he's at least trying to get them to at least trust him a little bit. And
hmm
I'm like, you trying a little bit too hard to be hospitable to the people that,
yeah,
especially a guy that
100%.
just banged your wife. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. So then we cut over to the next scene, which just for reference, Macon did tell Hal that he was going to get the sheriff to let him interrogate
Mm-hmm.
the suspect.
Yep.
So we get to basically the coup de grace and the best scene of the show for me of the
Yeah,
first episode
this was
was
funny.
this interrogation scene was awesome.
Hey, you know who that's gonna piss off though? That scene. You know who that's gonna piss that whole scene. You
Whew.
know, it's certain people that's gonna be pissed off by that scene because of how he got to know he's an alien, right? Because when he said,
Yeah.
"Yeah," you get what I mean. It's gonna be some people upset about that.
But I thought that was genius though.
I thought it was too. I
I
thought it
thought it
was
was
too.
genius. I thought it was genius because he's basically How's well, first the sheriff is telling him, listen, I don't give a damn. Do not touch him. I don't care what you make, what green phone book you make
Mm-hmm.
with your ring. Do not touch him.
Yeah.
So when Hal gets there, he asks him questions. He asks him about Nebraska's football team when they
Mm-hmm.
win their first national championship. Because basically to say that the aliens, they're going to know certain information that's needed to know, but they're not going to know things that everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to know different mannerisms to know.
Yep.
So he's basically, asking about the football team, asking about the leading rusher.
Mm-hmm.
Then he asks him, where did Harry Potter go to school?
Yep.
And then all he doesn't read books because Hal's like, there's books, so many books, he doesn't read books. He's like, there's like 22 movies.
Mm-hmm.
And then they skip, and then they skip that. He asks him some more questions, and then he asks him about. He's like, you wouldn't know about. I think he said you wouldn't know about Kelly Clarkson, the
Mm-hmm.
Boston Tea Party, Barack Obama, and then he said and then that's when he said Barack Obama's the. I think he was like Barack Obama's the president, and then he said you were from Royal Nebraska, and that is what you know, and that's all you have to say about Barack Hussein
Mm-hmm.
Obama. And then that's when he says, oh, he's the 44th president. There's I think there's a what's it, conspiracy or something like that. He said there's
Yeah,
a
with his birth
conspiracy
certificate and stuff.
about his birth certificate or something. He's
Yeah.
like, and then the camera passed to Hal, and I was like, holy shit, you are an alien.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then it cuts to the cop, and that's when she realized, holy shit. She's like, fuck, he is an alien.
And that was
Because
smart. That was
it
smart.
was so smart, because you're a white dude, redneck from Nebraska,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna say it, you ain't got no racist things to say about Obama.
That's what I was saying. That's why I said like some people probably gonna look at that and be like, "That's not all of us."
That
Like
was genius.
that was
That was
smart.
genius. That was
was smart.
so genius, bro. And then the guy completely changed his tone and everything.
Yeah. And I love that because what Hal Jordan did, he started off talking about statistics. He was like, let's get the statistics out the way. Of course, because Nebraska, that's the only football team they have is a college football team. They don't have a
Yep.
basketball team. They don't have a baseball
Yep.
team. They just have the Razorbacks, right? And they got the statistics from that. You're like, okay, let's move on to more statistics. Okay. When it came to like talking about Barack Obama, when it came to talk about certain things, he was like, the emotion was detached from it. You don't have the same emotion people have here. You seem like a person who studied what people in Nebraska likes. You're not a person who act like you're from here, because there's a certain level of emotion that you normally are supposed to have against Barack Obama that you do not have, even about Harry Potter. That's not something people will statistically learn about somebody from Nebraska. But it's something that's so worldwide that at least everybody knows that he went to Hogwarts. That is those are two cultural emotions that he did not have, and it told us that he was an alien, and Hal Jordan was so smart by doing it that way.
Someone who's never seen the Harry Potter movies would know that.
Yeah, exactly.
Know that fact. Harry Potter's been everywhere for how long?
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that was so smart, and the way the guy changed his tone and told him about what he might be here for, and what he might be planning, and how we can't, how they can't let a galactic peace force know about what they're planning, because what they're planning has the complete opposite of peace.
War.
And Hal is just listening, but Hal didn't actually get pissed off until he said the oath, and that tells me that Hal and the Guardians are not connected right now.
No,
something happened, because I feel like it's either two things: the oath, that alien saying the oath pissed him off because he takes that oath very, very seriously, or something happened between him and the Guardians to where that oath doesn't mean as much to him, and just hearing it pisses him off.
Yeah, I think it's what you said. I think they probably disconnected themselves from him. Maybe he was doing a lot of reckless stuff, and that reminded him of what the oath he made, and the oath he probably broke in order for the lantern.
I think he did break. I think he did something to break the oath.
That's what I'm thinking too. And they're just like, we don't want anything to do with you. And he's like, I'm going to mess with you and remind you of the oath that you broke. And that, and at some point, honestly, in my head, I was like, yo, is this guy about to ask for like sugar and water, like that guy from Men in Black? I was like, that's what I think. I'm like, he about to ask for sugar and water.
This movie had, like, in a good way, a Men in Black dynamic too.
It did.
It really did. I really like that sugar and water.
I'm like, we about to go to Orion's Belt, man. Like this.
Yo, man, that's awesome. That is awesome. But yeah, it did have a Men in Black feel to it. That was pretty dope, though. I did like that, though. But man, the way the scene ended, where the guy basically detonated what he said. He had the explosive in his skull. Yep. All he has to do is think about it, and he'll detonate. And I was like. So we exploded, or we still talking? Because Hal told him, like, you can go ahead and detonate. I'm just gonna make a bubble around, and I'm gonna walk out of here, no problems. And he wasn't wrong.
He was like, "Do you have enough power in the ring? Because you didn't bring your lantern."
That was cool too. That was dope too.
He's like, I got enough power. But then that makes me think, like, okay, down the line, if Hal Jordan hasn't been charging it, where is the lantern? Does he actually have it with him? At any point, did the Guardians take it away from him, or is he being reckless and just continuously using a power up? Like, what's going on with that?
Reckless. I think he has a lantern. I think he's being reckless.
Right.
I just think he's being. I just think he's being reckless. But I also think he knows how much power he has in his ring.
Okay.
So he knew he would be okay. It was basically a standoff between him and the alien, which you can tell, like, bro, they're watching you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, you've been here for 48 hours. We haven't seen your lantern. Where's your lantern? You think you have the power that you have, but he knew how much power he had. Is it that he knew for sure, or
given that who he is, he likes to take a gamble.
Fighter pilot, man. He just
that's what I was thinking. Like, he just took a gamble. Yeah. He's like, I knew, but then after that, it's like, did he recharge it? They didn't really show, like, they didn't show the actual lantern the entire episode.
Yeah,
to charge it.
I've seen in trailers and stuff like that. Like, it showed someone recharging a ring with a lantern, but it didn't show who.
And I think that plays into what we about to get into now too. When it fast forward to 2025.
Yeah. So yeah, you can take that.
Yeah. So it's 2025. We see Jon Stewart. He drives to I think that's the police officer's house again with the son, and he's like,
it's 2026.
Yes, 2026. My bad. And he's like, "How's the son?" He's like, "Oh, she's doing great. He's a number one quarterback in the nation. He's doing great and amazing and things like that." And then just fast forward, and you see him driving down to the football field, and then you see him and the cop walk up the stadium steps, and you see Hal Jordan just sitting there covered in snow, and then they check his hand, and he doesn't have the ring on his hand,
Bro,
which is crazy. I'm like, "Yo."
crazy. What a way to end. What a way to end.
I'm like,
What a way
"No,
to end the episode, bro.
I don't want
What
to
a way
wait."
to end the episode, man. What
Yeah,
a cliffhanger. But it's to show you there, like, listen, we've made this decision in the show to kill Hal Jordan.
I know, and I didn't like
We're
that
not.
at first. I
Why?
was like,
Why not wait? We're not gonna wait till you get to episode 8 to let you know, because they said, like, they, this show is take inspirations from also True Detective. So they
right,
basically we have a mystery in 2016, and we also have a mystery in 2026,
right.
and we've wondered how the hell does Guy Gardner fit in this? Well, we see how he fits in this, because he's going to be a part of the mystery that John has to solve. What happened to Hal in
Mm,
2026?
okay.
So that's why we see, because they showed after the episode's over, they showed a preview to next episodes. I don't know if you saw that,
Oh,
but they
I
showed
didn't
a
see the
preview.
preview. Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't see
yeah.
the preview.
If you go to
Dang.
the end, the
Yeah.
very end after the credits, they show a preview to next episodes, and we see Guy, but we only see Guy talking to John. We never see him talking to Hal.
So in the
So
preview, is it in 2026 or did they go back? Because I know in the older
the
one he
the
doesn't have a
preview
beard.
shows both, but the preview shows both.
Oh,
It
okay.
shows stuff that's happening in 2016 with John and Hal and everything that's going on with that mystery. It also shows you 2026 of John with the beard. He's talking to Guy Gardner. Guy Gardner even
Mm,
has Guy Gardner is so egotistical, bro. He has a lantern signal, like the bat signal. He has a lantern signal, and John Stewart, to get his attention, lit up, and turned on the lantern signal. I'm like, bro, come
what?
on, bro. Guy
That
Gardner,
is
bro.
crazy. I
But
love
this
it.
is but I want to talk about this because people keep thinking.
Okay.
I know what they said in the show and what the creator said. There's one ring and yada yada yada. But I think that's the turn. I think that is to
Throw everybody off.
I think that's to throw us off.
Yeah.
I think John's getting his own ring. I
Yeah,
think
I think so.
I think because they're saying, oh, they hinted that Guy has Hal's ring. That's why we didn't see the ring on his finger, because Guy Gardner has it. I'm like, no, because if you guys pay attention, Guy Gardner's ring looks different from Hal
It looks
Jordan's.
way. Yeah, I saw a photo of it and it looks a little
Yeah, it
different.
looks completely different. So
Right.
it's not the same ring. They don't have the same ring. Because the rings, I believe they personalized to who's wearing it.
That's what I
So
thought. Okay.
yeah. So no, they don't have the same ring. But at the same time, in 2026, we didn't see a ring on Jon Stewart.
That's true as
So that's
well.
another mystery. So that is a mystery.
Mm.
But with the whole death of Hal Jordan thing, it just it makes me, well. First of all, and we just went through a whole mystery in 2016 about aliens looking like regular people
Yep.
and passing as regular people.
Yep.
So we don't actually know if that's really Hal Jordan, because he doesn't have a ring on his finger.
Yeah.
Who's gonna take the ring from him if it's not another lantern?
Right. So do you think it's probably like
Because I don't think anyone else would be able to get the ring off of him.
that's the part that I was kind of like, I'm like, did he just sit down and just freeze to death and just let some? There's no way he would just let someone take the ring off of him. So could it be a
It's
Martian Manhunter?
either he got shot in the head and without having the ring on at all,
Yeah.
and he
But
just
what's
got
the
shot
chances of that?
sitting there. But that's the thing, though. There's something to be said about this, because it's it's very specific that we find a dead body of Hal Jordan at the same place that we were in the beginning of the show. That football field in that same town, the same way Abin Sur
Yeah.
got discovered by Hal Jordan in that same out of nowhere Nebraska area.
Hmm.
So this is the mystery that they're telling us. Hey, this is a whole mystery. This show is a mystery, and this is a mystery that has to be solved. And the first episode is just setting that up and getting us ready. Like, buckle up.
But I remember too, there was a part of the show where I think it was the guy he was interrogating. He was like you don't have any fear because you don't care about anybody. You don't even care about yourself. You just want to die. So I wonder if maybe that
Mm,
got into like somehow he got how Jordan got to the point was like it's nothing to really live for. But it was like it almost gave you the feel that John Stewart wasn't around Hal Jordan previous to him dying. The way he drove
yeah,
over there, he was
like
just like
yeah, the way he drove over there, like they haven't seen each other for a while.
exactly.
But like that's what I said. That's what I'm saying. His body being there, I feel like it's a message that he's sending to John somehow,
Oh,
because like only John would know that.
right. Huh. That'll be very
You know
interesting.
what I mean? Like it's because because we haven't seen the conclusions of the things that happened in 2016 yet.
We haven't.
So we haven't seen any conclusions. So what we see is, well, 2026 is John, finding his body, immediately checking for the ring. Um, and remember what Hal said to the sheriff when you see people that care about the people that see their people getting shot or dead bodies on the ground. Everybody's way too calm.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Those two seeing Hal Jordan's body were way too calm for me.
Yeah,
Like they know something.
it was way too calm. And like him sitting there just makes me think of two things. Number one, again, I feel like I'm nitpicking every little thing, not nitpicking, but just thinking of every little thing. But I remember when they
Mhm.
said that the lady said that he's not a guy that you want to owe, and I'm wondering if he then do what he was supposed to do on his end, and somehow he got
Mm,
involved in it. And also, how Jordan, when he was dead, it wasn't like he was slaughtered. He wasn't laid out in blood. He was sitting
mhm,
still, like
mhm.
in a comfortable position, just frozen.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
it don't feel like it was really no resistance at that point in time. So it's almost like he let it happen, or like what? I don't get it. And that's the great thing about it. I don't need to get it until we figure it
I
out.
don't
But
need to get it either. I'm still thinking in my head. I'm still sticking to the theory that that's not him.
okay, okay,
I could be completely wrong. They could kill Hal Jordan off completely, but I still think that's not him. Um, Especially after some of the trailers that we've seen. We've seen one trailer where they talk about bad hunters and how they shapeshift and stuff like
yeah.
that. But I still so it makes me think that's still not him. At the
Could
same
it be
time, who I
possible?
know, and I think they're leading up to a Parallax storyline.
Okay, I'm not familiar with that from
Yeah,
the
the
like comics.
Parallax. So it's basically when Hal Jordan turned evil. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
it's a
okay, okay.
basically it's basically a storyline where Jordan turns evil. He turns evil, turns against the Guardians, turns against the Lanterns, and he basically collects. He starts collecting rings from all the Lanterns.
Oh,
Basically,
I have heard about that. I didn't know it was called the
yeah, he
Parallax. Okay,
basically
so I know that one.
yeah, he's basically offering them. He's offering them to get all their rings.
Oh, so
It's
that
a
could be
whole yeah.
happening
It I think they might be leading to that. Might be.
because to leave someone who's
Not
not really him would get them off his trail
yeah.
and think he died.
Mhm.
Huh, that's interesting. So you don't think Sinestro has anything to do with any of this, or you don't think they're going to introduce
It
him
could
this
be.
season?
Oh no, he's for sure in the show.
Okay,
But
okay.
I think we're gonna see him in 2016 though. I don't think we
Mm,
see him in 2026. We'll see Sinestro in 2016 because if you watch the trailers, it showed that one trailer that showed how Jordan fly to the prison where Sinestro is.
right.
He's wearing his uniform. He's talking to Sinestro about um, that Sinestro telling him like he's not your um, he's here to replace you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's the conversation that Hal and Sinestro had in the prison.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that
So
scene. But I thought
yeah,
that probably it was going to be one of those things they showed in the trailer, and then at the end of the final episode of the season, they'll just throw it in there so you can watch the next season.
I
I didn't
don't
wasn't
think so.
sure.
I think that scene we'll see. I think we'll see that at least halfway, the
Okay.
halfway point. I really do, because I think what's going to happen is this whole mystery in 2016, and there's a reason why he says to those people, "I only wear that suit for special occasions." I
Okay.
think in 2016 he finds something that links this mystery somehow to Sinestro,
Okay.
or
Now,
he or it's like or it's like a Hannibal Lecter thing. He needs help. He doesn't know how to solve this, and he goes to the guy that trained him, which is
mm,
Sinestro. He flies to the prison to get to see if Sinestro knows anything that's going on, whatever. There's a lot of theories that Sinestro is the puppeteer behind all of this, but
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
But you know what? If you're right, if they're doing a parallax thing, maybe the whole interrogation he had in that room with that guy, maybe he was telling too much. Maybe that's why he wanted to interrogate him all by himself, so he don't leak out any
Maybe,
information that blow his cover.
maybe,
Dang, it's making. I like this.
maybe.
It's making me think.
Yeah,
Most shows do,
maybe.
but like I love mystery shows, and I love when they blend superhero genres with other genres and do it really
Mhm.
well. And I think this first episode alone just got me like so interested in watching just
So hooked,
the rest of it.
so hooked, bro.
And we get more Hal Jordan too, even though it's like probably obviously time jump into the past, but I didn't want to lose that
Yeah.
guy in the show. I just I think he's
No, we're
great.
gonna get him for the entire season. Like the 2016 story is gonna be going on for the entire season. Like
Okay,
that's not gonna end. Like I don't. Yeah, yeah. Like 2000. They're this whole show. They're splitting it 2016 and 2026. So
okay,
we're basically going through two mysteries, one in the past and one in the present day, and one they both have to do with Hal Jordan, but one really have to do with solving who possibly killed Hal Jordan.
right,
But we're gonna get a lot more of Hal Jordan and John Stewart in 2016 solving that mystery. I think that's the majority of the show.
yeah,
I think 2026, if John Stewart still doesn't have the ring, 2026 is for him to get his ring
mm,
because he's in Man of Tomorrow as Green Lantern.
okay, yeah,
Yeah, that's already official. Like he's in that movie as Green Lantern with his ring. So I
man.
think if he doesn't have the ring in 2000, if he doesn't get it in 2016 somehow, that's what 2026 is for him to finally get his ring. So
Just really quick, I was wondering too when Hal Jordan went to go. I mean, Hal Jordan, when John Stewart went to go to Hal Jordan, as you said that John Stewart did not have a ring. So I'm wondering if, and I know they get their own personalized rings. I'm wondering if Hal Jordan was like, "Hey, I got your ring. You can come get it." And
mhm.
he went there to find him. He's like, "Oh, dang, he's dead." And he doesn't have the ring because the first thing he looked for his ring. That was like literally the first thing he like grabbed after he looked at him to see if he still had the ring. And I was like, why did he go to see if he has the ring first? That's kind of interesting,
Well,
or just to make sure that he didn't die
no,
without
I
having a fair
no, I
fight.
think I think he checked for the ring to make sure that if he's actually dead.
Oh, okay, okay. Because
Because
the
when
ring is
because
like
when
the
the
life sword force. It shows like
yeah
if they're alive or not.
when the lanterns die, the ring flies off.
Okay, okay.
The ring flies off to get the next. That's how Hal Jordan was chosen. Abin was dying.
Right, right.
Abin was dying, and the ring found Hal Jordan. He chose Hal Jordan. So
Yeah.
that's usually how that goes.
Okay.
So if someone's dying, the ring is gonna automatically find the successor.
Okay. See, I didn't know if they were gonna go for that like a continual successor in this version of Green Lantern, or if they were gonna go for something else. Okay. See, like I'm not familiar with this,
I mean,
so
it might be. I mean, yeah. I mean, because I know like obviously John Stewart they went a different way with him. He had the ring didn't technically choose him, but
yeah.
I just feel like that's the reason why he checked for the ring to make
Mm,
sure that he actually is dead.
okay. But then
So
this makes me think this one last thing too, because if you're what you're saying is right as far as to find a new successor. How would you feel if you're John Stewart and you're looking for the ring, and you still did get chose by the ring to be the successor? Like, it,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's what. Yeah, I know that's true. That makes sense. But the reason why I say like he don't have no ring yet because he drove there.
That's what I'm saying, right? And he probably was like,
I mean,
"Let me see if I'm the
yeah,
next successor," and it didn't choose him. It went somewhere else. He's like, "I still." It's 10 years later. I still don't get a ring. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, this is why I say he's gonna have his own ring.
Okay.
This is why I say he is gonna get his own ring. He's not inheriting Hal's ring. They want to make you think that he is. That's how the show wants you to think the whole time. But I feel like
That's a good point.
because those previews, those trailer in the preview, you see him. John's holding a lantern. Like he gets into this big like fight or whatever, and it cuts through. Like he comes outside and he's holding a lantern.
I did see that. Yeah,
So I don't know if that's Hal Jordan's lantern. I don't think so. I think that's his lantern. So
that
but
is
we'll
true.
see. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the show, man. I don't know about you, but so far I love the episode. I love the show. I
Locked
love the
in.
tone of the show. I love the two people they put together. Picking up
Absolutely.
Pierre as John Stewart was perfect. Fans been
Perfect.
wanting this for
Perfect.
years,
Perfect.
years,
Perfect. Perfect.
and he just has the same stoic personality. Like I said, I've only
Mhm.
seen Green Lantern in a couple things, but like seeing him in like Justice League Unlimited, like the same John Stewart stoic personality I've
Yes.
seen in the cartoon,
Absolutely.
he captures
The
that
military guy.
perfectly.
Yeah. Military
Yes,
guy. Yeah.
yes,
Does things by the book. Military guy. Like has respect for the respects authority, respects the chain of command.
hmm
Like that's who John Stewart is. And Aaron Pierre was perfect. He's perfect
right,
casting as John Stewart,
yeah,
and and Kyle Chandler's absolutely
yes,
slam dunk Hal Jordan.
absolutely.
Slam dunk, bro. Slam dunk.
I
And
love it.
them two guys together, their chemistry is just great. They bounce off each other like so great.
I love it, man. I love it, and I just hope a whole lot of people watch this show, man. Because I hate when I end up liking a show really a lot, and people don't
Hmm.
watch it. Just like what happened with Power Rangers, we don't get it. We don't get the proper season 2, but I think we will get a season 2 for this. I think for sure we'll
Oh,
definitely
for
get a season
sure.
2.
Absolutely.
It's HBO,
Absolutely.
like,
Absolutely. For sure.
and it's super grounded, so anybody can watch it and catch on. You don't have to really know the lore so much, but it does help, as you told me. But I like this
But
that
they
I'm going into
explain
this
it.
as a fresh
They
person.
explain most of it. They explain it. Like
Okay,
they explain it well in this show. Like, and they explain it well in this episode.
okay,
Like they're telling people, hey, listen, you don't have to know Hal Jordan's origin. I just told to you.
mm-hmm.
Examples right there. As I think as this show goes along, we're gonna learn more Green Lantern lore.
Yeah.
As the episodes go along. So
Yeah, this show's making me a Green Lantern fan. I never thought I would say this a day in my life, but man, it's doing it. It's gonna make me go back and just go and read the comics when the season is over, and just get a really good understanding, which is what these shows should be doing at the end of the day, like getting people
absolutely,
into the
absolutely.
characters and buying the comic books. So at the end of the day, man, what rating would you give this episode? Because I seen people got the reviews out already.
So first episode out of 10, because I have to, it's just the first episode. I
Right.
might go back and adjust my rating,
Okay.
but because I want to leave room for further episodes, so I would give it an 8.5.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do too. I was gonna say, as a new person to the Green Lantern stuff, as a fan of like detective shows, I would give this an 8.5. Like I said, the tone, the character work, everything, the chemistry between the two, and it makes me, like I said, interested to know the lore of Green Lantern. It did its job for a person that's new to this on the first episode, so I love it, man. I can't wait to see the next episode. I hate the fact that we gotta
Absolutely,
wait a couple days, but I would hate for them to leave all the episodes out and just ruin the art. I hate when shows do that.
absolutely,
When people
absolutely.
just
And
run
as a
right through it.
pilot, yeah,
Yep.
as a pilot episode, it was great. It was a great pilot episode.
Great
Great.
pilot episode. I'm interested. But hey, for anybody who's watching the show, whether you're a fan or not a fan of Green Lantern, let us know in the comment section some things that you liked and disliked, some things that was accurate to the comics, some things that weren't. Also, if you want more reviews for Green Lantern, we'll be talking about a lot of Marvel stuff. So we got a lot of things that came out of D23 and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure we'll get more stuff as the time goes on. We'll do more of those reviews and we'll talk about those discussions. And let us know in the comments, what do y'all want us to talk about so we can bring those up in a discussion episode of this podcast. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is Geeking Since the 90s. I'm Thoughts. That's CJ. Thank y'all so much for watching. We appreciate you guys.